Now, if you already follow this channel or you're one of my friends, then you will know that last year I lost 13 kgs in less than 100 days. And I also reversed a ton of illnesses. Basically, this is the visual, but I had arthritis in my left knee and a finger, and I got rid of that. I had depression, which I was on antidepressants for, and I got rid of that. I had insomnia, I got rid of that. I had short-term memory problems and brain fog, so I couldn't think clearly, which are the first signs of Alzheimer's disease. I got rid of that, and I had stage 2 hypertension, so very high blood pressure, which going down the line would mean that I would get a heart attack or a stroke. And I reversed all of them, and then in the last 8 weeks, I gained 7.9 kilos, almost 8 kg in 8 weeks. I gained a kilo a week. And you will probably have two questions. First of all, how and why? Okay, my doctor friend asked me how. I'm in a group chat on WhatsApp with a few friends who are very health conscious, and one of them is a doctor, and he was just like, how did you gain a kilo a week? Well, first of all, you have to understand how I did it, right? So I hit my lowest weight in 25 years just before my 45th birthday. And then on my 45th birthday, I had a very nice meal with my girlfriend. I had a couple of drinks and a pretty high caloric content meal with a lot of carbohydrates. So first of all, over the next few weeks, I put on all the glycogen back that I had lost. Now, for those who don't know, glycogen is the carbohydrate storage for animals, which we store in our muscles and liver. And it soaks up a lot of water. So a lot of people, when they go on a low carb diet or like a ketogenic diet or a carnivore diet, and they try to eliminate all the carbohydrates, then they will lose a ton of water weight when they're losing weight, and they'll put it back on if they start eating carbohydrates again, which is what I did, because I ate a carnivore diet for a month, got rid of all my illnesses, literally in 3 weeks. And then I switched to a high meat-based ketogenic diet like this, meals like this, where I only ate avocado, blueberries, and I had some onions and garlic for flavoring. But generally, like 90% of my meals would be eggs, red meats, which are perfectly fine. They're not going to kill you. I can make a whole video about bad science that led to people believing that saturated fats and cholesterol that you eat will cause you to have heart problems and cholesterol problems. And I also ate a lot of fish and chicken and pork. So I ate a very high meat diet, and my glycogen was all gone, and I reversed that and I put on 3 kilos of water weight. Plus the muscle, which is great because I was working training very hard in the gym. I put on 2 kilos of muscle, right? So, which was the aim, okay? I wanted to gain weight. I wanted to gain muscle weight, which is why I was snacking on Hershey's Nuggets during my workouts to give myself a blood sugar boost so I can be stronger. And straight away after my workouts, I would drink a small carton of milk and also eat a Hershey Nugget. And then, because I was working out so much, like really tough workouts 4 times a week, plus I was walking over 15,000 steps a day on average, I decided I could eat potato chips and every 2 or 3 days eat fast food. Now in Taiwan, they have these breakfast shops which served like these burgers and egg rolls and chicken nuggets, and it's pretty much like McDonald's. So I started eating more trashy foods, but it was only about 1,000 calories worth of food, all right? Now, if you do calorie counting, then that seems like a lot, 1,000 calories, but I was walking almost 1,000 calories a day, plus I was cycling to the gym and back. So just from my walking and my cycling to the gym and back, I was doing 1,000 calories a day. And my caloric surplus should not have made me gain 8 kgs of weight, okay? 2 kgs of muscle, 3 kgs of water, and I also put on 3 kgs of body fat. If I kept on putting the body fat on, then I would have put on 18 kgs in 1 year. which will make me obese again and super unhealthy. But there are more things going on than just the weight gain and the calories in and out, all right? I was eating stuff which is messing me up hormonally, okay? Which is what I reversed last year, and I'm done it again this year. Now, I did it again this year, partly because I wanted to get stronger, but partly because I did it deliberately and as an experiment for this channel, to test my body out, to show people exactly how they're messing themselves up by eating such trashy foods. So do me a favor and subscribe to this channel, because I'm killing myself just to teach you guys stuff about your bodies, all right? Anyway, if you put diesel in a gasoline engine, you're going to mess up the gasoline engine. If you put gasoline in a diesel engine, you will mess up the diesel engine. So it's not just about calorie counting. You have to put the right fuel in your body, okay? You have calories from healthy foods like eggs and beef, or you can get calories from absolute trash foods like chocolate or potato chips, or your bakery goods, or your fast foods, all right? All calories. One group of foods will keep you healthy, and one group of foods will slowly make you sick. And I tell you how I know I was starting to get sick is because my finger is literally a litmus test for inflammation, okay? I've had this really nasty looking finger for over 20 years. It used to get so hard and flaky and stuff that I used to have to put a plaster on my finger when I went out on dates, because I didn't want my date to think that I had a contagious skin disease on my finger. But it is not contagious. It is an autoimmune issue with my skin because of inflammation, okay? I went to the dermatologist and they gave me creams for 20 years and it never worked. Then I went on the carnivore diet for 3 weeks and it disappeared. And then I went on holiday in Okinawa a few months ago. I ate a bunch of ice cream and beer. I had beers and it came back. And this finger only gets bad whenever I eat stuff that causes me inflammation. And alcohol, sugar, and seed oils, which are vegetable oils and seed oils that have been highly processed under high pressure and heat, will cause inflammation as well, because your body cannot absorb these oils. They are soy, corn, canola, and cottonseed oils, and they're found in a lot of processed foods and used in fast food cooking. If you are going to use vegetable oils, at least use olive oil or avocado oil, but butter is actually the safest oil to use for cooking. Do not use margarine. That is toxic, and it's still used in a lot of baked goods. I hope that most bakeries use butter, but I have a feeling that a lot of people are still ingesting margarine, which do not get that stuff. So how does sugar and stuff cause inflammation? Now, alcohol is well known to be bad for your liver. I think most people don't know how bad alcohol is for their brain, their gut, and liver though. Put it this way, when you get a hangover, that is your body letting you know that you've been poisoned. And when you go to the toilet the day after a big drink and your poo looks terrible, that's because your gut has been poisoned. And to a level, sugar would do the same to your brain, to your gut, and to your liver as well. Let me explain the mechanism between how it's done. So a way to test for inflammation is called C-reactive protein. Okay, so you can do this test, CRP. I go to a clinic in Taiwan. It's got the Chinese, but you want this test when you do your blood work. It's called CRP. Now, if your protein for this inflammation is within normal range, then you're fine. This is a protein that your liver will produce when it is under stress. And how does the liver become under stress from sugar and seed oils and stuff like that? Well, first of all, we cannot process seed oils, okay, these unhealthy oils. So the liver has to clear it out like a toxin, just like alcohol. And when it comes to sugar, table sugar, which we eat, is 50% glucose, which makes us fat anyway, right? And also, the reason why it causes diabetes is because when you eat sugar and a lot of carbohydrates, will just turn into sugar once you consume it, because you have to break down the carbohydrates from polysaccharides into monosaccharides into glucose. When your blood sugar level shoots up, your insulin will go up to bring it back down to get the glucose to go into your cells. Repeated insulin spikes will cause you to become resistant to your own insulin. That's exactly what diabetes is. And that's also a mechanism between what's going on with the brain, causing people to get Alzheimer's disease. You can Google it yourself, type 3 diabetes, okay? Some researchers are calling Alzheimer's disease type 3 diabetes. So the glucose is disease causing already, all right? It causes diabetes and it causes problems with the brain. The fructose in the sugar also causes disease. Now, fructose is the sugar that's found in fruit, which is healthy if it was just normal fruit from thousands of years ago, okay? The fruit that we have now is genetically modified, so it's sweeter than it should be anyway. Plus, fruit used to be seasonal, okay? We used to only get a small amount of fruit, a small amount of sugar in our diets. Now we get sugar everywhere, okay? Cereal, kids cereal is 1/3 sugar. Just look at the label at the back of the cereal packet, parents. Even the healthy cereals like that I have, that I used to eat was like 20% sugar, okay? In 100 grams of product, that was like 20% sugar. And then like stuff like sauces, like barbecue sauces, like 50% sugar. So everything that you already eat, there's hidden sugars. You see, you're getting sugar all the time. Plus, on top of that, then you go and eat, a big plate of pasta or a huge plate of risotto like I did for my nice meal. And then on top of that, then you get the desserts, and then you have the baked goods, and you know what? You have a sugar overload. So the table sugar, the other half of it is fructose. Your body cannot even produce, your muscles and other cells cannot absorb fructose. It has to be processed by the liver, which is a small organ, okay? It's not like the rest of your body. So half of the sugar, the glucose, is processed by the entire body, and the other half is processed by your liver, which is only this big. And it has to process a huge amount of fructose every day because of the amount of sugar we eat now. And then you'll get fatty liver, and the liver gets stressed, which is why it produces this CRP, C-reactive protein. It is letting you know, although you won't know, that it is stressed, and it will cause inflammation as it deals with the stress to its system. And inflammation is the natural state that our body goes into when it's fighting disease or injury, like when you get the redness around the cut. But if you get a high level of inflammation all the time, your body's gonna screw up. And that's why people get arthritis in their joints, because they're just getting inflamed joints. That's why people are getting depressed, and they're having people getting early onset dementia. Bruce Willis just got dementia just over a year ago. And then a lot of these illnesses are totally reversible. That's why I'm doing this experiment. I'm showing you how quickly a guy can get sick, how quickly a guy can get overweight, okay? Now my finger is just getting cracking up. That is just an outside external view of the inflammation. Now internally you can't even see it, but I can tell you I am experiencing inflammation because I had tendonitis in my thumb, which I fixed after I fasted for 58 hours. I didn't eat food for 58 hours to try and clear it out. And as soon as I ate again, and I was eating chocolate again, and potato chips, and the baked goods, and the desserts, and the fast food, I had problems with my bicep. My bicep started getting inflamed. So I was getting a high level of inflammation inside my body. My body could not, I couldn't train properly and recover properly because of the amount of inflammation. So anyone who's always complaining they're getting injured, well, maybe if you cut out the sugar and the seed oils, then you won't get injured so easily. And anyone that is getting sick, cut out the sugar and the seed oils. And I am not joking. As soon as I started getting healthy and changed my diet, a bunch of people messaged me with their problems, like some people getting depressed, some people getting arthritis, some people just want to lose weight. All of it is avoidable. All of it is reversible. And I literally created this YouTube channel and started trying to educate my friends, because I know 4 people who have died from cancer, okay? 2 people in my class of 28 students, okay, 2 of my classmates and 2 ex-colleagues have died from cancer in their 40s. And these are just people that I know of. Like, if somebody died and they went quiet on Facebook and they never messaged me, I wouldn't even know, okay? And I only learned these things last year when I started trying to lose weight, and I realized most of these health issues can be reversed, but nobody knows about it. And a lot of people, they just think, oh, well, if I get sick, I go to the doctors. And why isn't the doctor telling me this stuff? It's because doctors, and my doctor friend who worked in an emergency room is in this health chat, WhatsApp health chat with the rest of us, all right? He will confirm this with you. Doctors are trained to fix people via medical intervention by giving you drugs, by putting you on the machines. Let's say if you have a kidney problem, put you on the dialysis machine, or if you have an accident, surgery. All right, so meds, surgery, or a machine. Okay, doctors by training are not taught to tell you to stop eating your desserts, to stop feeding your kids sugary cereals, to stop drinking sugary sodas. Okay, that is expected of you by society, but it is not correct way of doing things, because we figured out a long time ago smoking is bad for your health. That's why we get warnings not to smoke. Well, I think society, because the obesity epidemic and the diseases that come with it are so prevalent now, I think a lot of people are turning around and doing their own research and realizing that something has to be done. So I'm telling you now that if you have the following diseases, it can be reversed, and you are in control of your own health by changing your diet. Arthritis, autoimmune diseases, depression, early signs of dementia such as brain fog, bad memory, okay? Cardiovascular disease, high blood pressure, diabetes, okay? All of these diseases are linked somehow to either lack of sleep, stress, and diet, inflammation from your diet, all right? And cancer risk, okay? If you eat a good diet, you will reduce your cancer risk because you get less inflammation. Constant inflammation will increase your cancer risk, all right? Letting you know that now. I am not a doctor, so you don't have to believe anything I say, but I've done all the research, a lot of it done by medical researchers and by doctors themselves. Okay, if you have any questions, you can put it in the comment section of this video. And I hope everyone is just healthy. That's my intention. So I've started cutting weight, and I am gonna go. I have to watch a UFC fight tomorrow with a friend. I'm gonna end up eating trashy foods, but that's my last meal. Then I'm gonna go without food for 3.5 days to get my insulin sensitivity back up, to fix my bicep, lower this inflammation, and then over the next month, I am going to lose as much weight as possible, okay? I'm gonna make 2 more videos on that. One, how much muscle I lose versus how much fat I lose, and the other video about how much strength I gain or lose, because I'm going to use fasting and a ketogenic or carnivore diet to lose weight, rather than your generic caloric deficit. Okay, so if you're interested in that, please subscribe to this channel, and I wish you all the best of health.